What's good? This is Trey. Welcome to this presentation. The topic for today is how to find your purpose and attract beautiful women. All right. So, getting clear on your purpose and working towards the fulfillment of your purpose will make you naturally attractive to women. And the reason for this is because when you are clear on your purpose and you're actively moving towards your purpose, you will, as a byproduct, you'll be tapping into your masculine energy, right? Because basically your purpose is your mission in life, right? And in order to fulfill your purpose or accomplish the mission, right, you are going to have to take action, right? You're going to have to exert energy. And this proactive energy, this forward, outward, penetrating energy is masculine energy, right? It's focused energy that is going in the direction of creating some result. So that's masculine energy. And when you tap into your masculine energy and you go through the challenges that you will face on your journey towards fulfilling your purpose, you'll naturally become grounded in your masculinity because you'll have to, right? You're not going to fulfill your purpose or accomplish your mission unless you learn how to master yourself, right? Unless you learn how to master your mind and master your emotions and take consistent action and, gain certain abilities and qualities to your character that will make you strong, right? And because you're doing this, what you're basically doing is being a man, right? You're being a man on a mission, and that is very attractive to women, right? Now, when you don't have a purpose and you're not actively moving towards a purpose, basically you don't really have a life, okay? Because if you don't have something that you're aiming towards, something that has meaning, right? You're pretty much just kind of existing, just kind of doing whatever you can to get by. And, you don't really, that's not really living, that's kind of just existing. That's just, floating in the wind, and just trying to, survive, with the minimum effort. Nothing very attractive about that. And when a woman senses you don't really have a purpose, you're not really making any moves, not really doing anything, they're just like, okay, well, she's gonna compare you to the guy who does have a purpose. You know what I mean? She's gonna compare you to the guy who is living. And so who is she gonna choose? I mean, who's going to be more attractive, right? Like who has the most energy around him? Who's gonna have the higher vibration, right? Who's gonna be more emotionally stimulating? The guy who's actively moving towards a purpose, the guy who actually has a life. So another way to put this is getting clarity on your purpose and moving towards it is the solution to neediness and lack of masculinity. When you don't have a purpose, you become needy. Like your life is kind of boring, and there's not much going on. So you're naturally gonna want a woman to kind of fill that void, fill that gap of lack of excitement, lack of passion, lack of purpose. So, and also there'll be a lack of masculine energy, because if you don't really have a purpose or mission, you're not going to be exerting your energy like that. You're kind of just going to be more feminine, like more reactive, more just kind of floating in the wind. Somebody else, you probably follow, somebody else who has a bigger purpose than you'll end up just like being a part of their purpose. For example, having a job, a 9 to 5 job, right? Basically, when you have a 9 to 5 job, you're pretty much attaching yourself to somebody else's purpose. Whoever owns the company or had the vision for that business or whatever, you're just like part of that. So you're part of somebody else's purpose. Whereas when you get clear on your purpose and you start moving towards it, now you become the visionary. You become the king. You become the don, the chief, the boss. You know what I mean? Of your own universe, your own world, your own kingdom. And you're basically, living a masculine life, So it's very important, to find your purpose, not just for yourself, but, you know, if you want to be attractive to women, then yeah, this is a way to do it. And if you do it correctly, you will you will you'll find a sense of joy, love, and peace within, because you are living authentically. You're really, going after what you want, and that energy will attract a woman who wants to be a part of that. So not only will you attract beautiful women, but you'll attract women who want to be a part of your purpose. So they'll actually support what you're doing and help you fulfill your purpose, which is actually a very beautiful thing. So, an exercise to find your purpose. If you're not clear on your purpose, I'm going to give you an exercise you can do right now to get clear on your purpose. It's very likely that you'll be able to get clear on your purpose right now. In some cases, you may have a tougher time finding your purpose because maybe you just got a lot of stuff in your mind and you're just not very clear on things. But this exercise will make things a lot clearer for you. I'm willing to bet that by the end of doing this exercise, you'll have a lot of clarity as to what you should be doing with your life and what could be your life's purpose. So what you want to do is block out 20 minutes and brain dump all the goals and things you want to do in your life before you die. So right away you may say, because I remember when I did this exercise, I was like, 20 minutes? You want me to sit there for 20 minutes? Yeah, because what's going to happen is probably the first 5 to 10 minutes, like you'll find a lot of things that you want to do, but then once you get to 5 to 10 minutes, you'll start to run out of things. And this is when your subconscious mind is really going to start working, because you're going to like dig deeper and see, you may even list some things that you forgot that you were into, some things from childhood, or your teenage years, or some things that you may have ran away from because maybe somebody talked you out of it or whatever. It's a very powerful exercise. So you want to block out the 20 minutes, go somewhere quiet, and just brain dump. Keep writing. Even if you can't think of anything, write, and write things unfiltered, right? So for example, let's say one of your goals is to make $1 trillion, right? Don't be like, $1 trillion, that's not realistic. Don't say that. Just write that down. Write it down. Write down everything, because your purpose, your vision, more than likely is going to be to do something. It may be to do something that's never been done before. It could be something that's been done before, but maybe you just do it at a higher level, or it could literally be something that's never been done before. And that's the thing. You don't want to try to make it realistic or try to limit it in any way. Just write everything that you want to do. If you want to ride a pony, write that down. If you want to ride a unicorn, if you want to learn how to fly, write everything that you could ever think of. Let your imagination flow. Okay? Then when you are done with this exercise, there's going to be that one thing that stands out the most. Right? And that one thing will give you an idea of what your purpose could be. It may literally be your purpose. You may see that one thing and be like, yeah, that's it. For example, I want to become the number one basketball player, for example. Like that, at one point, I thought that was my purpose, right? And it wasn't my purpose, but it got me closer to my purpose because it was something that I really wanted to do. And by going towards that and giving it my all, whether I achieve that or not, it will get me closer to where I need to be, if that makes sense. Because if you don't go towards what you think is your purpose right now, you're not going to get close to your real purpose. You see what I'm saying? It's like you got to figure out what's not your purpose in order to find your true purpose. And sometimes you may get it right away. You may know right away, yeah, this is my purpose. But in some cases, you may have to go towards something for some time, and you're going to get what you get out of that. Like, I'll just give you an example. I thought at one point My purpose was playing the NBA. So I went towards that goal, and although I didn't end up playing in the NBA, I developed a lot of skills and abilities and understanding of different things by going through that process that helped me get to my real purpose. So that may be the case for you. But if you don't do this, if you don't move towards anything, then you're just going to be kind of behind, like you're just holding yourself back. You're not even taking the first step or getting anywhere. So so yeah, there's gonna be something that stands out. It might literally be your purpose, or it may be something that will be a result of achieving your purpose. So for example, like one of mine's is at some point I want to buy a Rolls Royce, right? Now Rolls Royce, in order to buy a Rolls Royce, I would have to be doing something at a level that would allow me to afford a Rolls Royce, right? So that's what I'm saying. When you look at that thing, let's say that number one thing for me was to get a Rolls Royce, for example. Well, then I could say, all right, so whatever my purpose is, it would lead to me getting a Rolls Royce. So now that's where I'll ask you, if you were to leverage your gifts and your talents and, look at the things that you're good at, the things that you love to do, or, you know what I mean? Like those things that make you unique. How can you leverage those things to leave an impact that will allow you to achieve your goal? So for me, it would be, okay, if I look at my gifts and my talents, what is something I can leverage that will leave an impact, meaning it will change lives to the point where people will exchange in exchange for me changing people's lives, whether that be through entertainment or through helping them solve a problem, whatever the case may be, that people would pay me for that at the level where I'd be able to afford a Rolls Royce. You see what I'm saying? So you start thinking big, and that will get you closer to your purpose, right? And thinking about like when you're looking at your purpose, it's like, what is that thing that if you achieve that, it would make you feel like your life was worth living. Like let's say you were at your deathbed, like what would you have liked to have achieved, like what is the main thing that you would have liked to have achieved before you die, that you could say, well, I lived quite a life because I achieved this thing, right? It may be a lot of things, but what is that number one thing, and that thing that really stands out to you? Okay. Now, once you find that one thing, you want to clearly define it. You want to get real clear, right? What does the success of that thing look like? Like see the picture, see the details, right? So for example, let's say it was to, your purpose is to play in the NBA and dominate the NBA, whatever, right? What does that look like? I'm playing on such and such team, I'm playing this position, I'm able to shoot the three like nobody's ever shot the three. You go into detail. Or if the number one thing is, to get the Rolls Royce, what does that look like? You're driving your Rolls Royce. What color is it? What what's the interior like? What's the exterior like? What type of Rolls Royce is it? Is it the Rolls Royce Ghost? Is it the Rolls Royce Wraith? Is it the Rolls Royce the Dawn? Is it what is it? Where are you going in your Rolls Royce? Where is it parked? What type of house? Is it parked in the driveway? Is it, are you in a penthouse? Is it parked? You just get into detail. You close your eyes and really envision what that success looks like to you. Who's in the Rolls Royce with you? You got some women in there, or you got one woman in there, or you got your boys in there, or your family. You just get very clear. What does it feel like? What's the feeling? Are you experiencing gratitude, joy, happiness, love, peace? What are the feelings? Excitement, bliss. What are you doing after you achieve the goal? Let's say you achieve the goal, right? You're in the NBA now, or you have the Rolls Royce, or you started that business, right? You've started that business and you achieved your income goals in the business, or whatever. You've made that impact, right? Now what do you do after it? Are you celebrating? Are you able to now donate to charity? Are you able to provide for your family, right? Are you able to just travel? Are you just gonna retire? Like, what happens after? Whose support do you need to achieve the goal? Like, who, what does your team look like? Are you a one-man army? Do you have a team? Do you have people on that are helping you? Do you have an assistant, right? Do you have whatever, a chauffeur? Do you have a maid, a cook, right? What resources do you need to achieve this goal, right? If you're gonna play in the NBA, maybe you need you know a trainer, right? Maybe you need you know friends, supportive friends, whatever it is. You got to close your eyes and really think about it, go into it. Resources, right? Resources you need to achieve your goal. So think about, if we were talking about, let's say you're building a business, right? Let's say you wanted to build an online business. What are the resources you need? Maybe you'll need some, well, obviously you'll need a laptop or a computer, right? You may need some marketing books on marketing. You may need certain softwares to run processes in your business. You may need a team assistant, a virtual assistant, right? You may, you know what I mean? You start thinking about, or maybe maybe you don't really need too much resources. You just need to, take some action and just hustle, right? Why do you want to achieve this goal? Go into the why. Why is it important? Why would you want to play in the NBA, or why would you want to start that business, or why do you want the Rolls Royce, or why do you want whatever it is, right? How will achieving this goal change your life? What will it do to your life? How will your life change? Look at your life now and look at your life after the goal has been achieved. What's the difference? How has your life changed? And then you want to take some action today, because there's no point in delaying. Like, once you've gotten some clarity on your purpose, like, start moving towards it, because you're going to start tapping into your masculine energy and you're going to start becoming attractive, right? So why there's no reason to delay, and you just start with, what are 3 action steps you can take? Like, if we're talking about the examples I use, let's say your goal is to play in the NBA, and you just come to that understanding today, right? I want to play in the NBA. What are some things you could start doing? Maybe go to the basketball court and start shooting some hoops, or go and watch, maybe some videos about guys who've made it to the NBA and what was their story, how'd they get there. Or, maybe go and do some ball handling drills. Maybe that one of the things you need to work on is your ball handling, so go and do some ball handling drills. Or maybe you need to go and find out, like, how you can get scouted, or whatever the case may be. You see, you just start thinking, you just start using your brain and figure out what is some steps you could take right now. It doesn't have to be these big, huge steps that, oh, I don't have the money to do that, or I don't have the connections to do that. No, what can you do right now that will move you towards the achievement of this goal? Okay. So that's it. That you follow those steps and you will get clarity on your purpose, and you'll start moving towards it, and you'll become more attractive to women. Now, if what I talked about here in this video makes sense to you, and instead of going about it by yourself, you'd like my guidance, support, and accountability as you move towards the fulfillment of your purpose, and you'd like to attract some beautiful women along the way, you could send me a private message, or you could comment purpose below. We'll get in touch and we will see if we can work together. All right. Thanks for watching. Peace.